always dreamed about having a flying car, and here it is.
The idea of combining the automobile with the airplane is no longer a fantasy.
What do you think of that, huh?
I gotta tell you something, that's pretty cool.
Celebrated by news media around the world as the modern-day flying car, the Transition represents a safer and more practical approach to personal air travel.
Aircraft have looked essentially the same for the past 50 years. Transition really is the next step in the evolution of aircraft.
The Transition can convert between flying and driving almost instantly. You just get in the cockpit, push a couple buttons, and the wings fold up.
Although it has been dubbed a flying car, the Transition is really an airplane that can legally and safely be driven on roads and highways and parked in your single-car garage.
The Transition's a really fun flying car to drive. It's got a lot of power, it's got a well-tuned suspension, it's very responsive.
That was great.
The Transition flies like a really nice airplane. I've flown 20 to 30 different airplanes in my career, and the Transition is by far the easiest airplane to land. It's smooth, controllable, and very stable.
With all the data we collected from the proof of concept aircraft, in combination with these sophisticated design and performance modeling tools, we've been able to really optimize the design of the next generation Transition. The beauty of this design is really how simple it is. With four-wheel independent suspension, a wide track, a long wheelbase, and a relatively low center of gravity to provide really good stability and handling when you're driving on the road.
On the highway or in the Skyway, the Transition uses the 100 horsepower Rotax 912S engine. This single engine powers either the propeller in the air or the wheels on the ground through a continuously variable transmission. A balanced weight distribution and an aerodynamic downforce provide a stable and smooth ride on the ground. And a custom-designed airfoil maintains flight performance while allowing the wing to fold for driving.
The Transition is designed to fly like any other light sport aircraft, but it provides a unique capability to land and continue your trip on the ground safely, no matter what the weather is like.
Pilots who get behind the controls for the first time will feel at ease in the Transition's comfortable and user-friendly interior.
The control panels are designed to be intuitive and easy to use with touchscreen interfaces. There's also just one GPS navigation system that combines both your road maps and your aviation charts.
The Transition is fueled by super unleaded gas, which is cheaper and more environmentally friendly than aviation fuel. While efficiency and comfort are always important, safety takes center stage in the vehicle's design. Key features include pilot and passenger airbags, crumple zones, and a safety cage.
The Transition is the first aircraft to ever bring this sort of safety technology to the aviation industry.
As a result, the Transition was granted a special weight exemption by the FAA.
The weight exemption is really significant. It allows us to add the safety features that cars have without compromising the useful load of an airplane.
The Transition also provides a much safer option for pilots who risk flying in bad weather.
Should you be faced with adverse weather, you have a GPS on board, you find the closest airport, you safely land the vehicle, you fold up the wings, and you continue on in your trip.
The Transition has unprecedented safety features when compared to any other general aviation airplane. But if all else fails, the pilot can pull a handle which deploys a parachute and brings the whole airplane safely to the ground.
The Transition will open the skies to a whole new community of personal aviation enthusiasts.
The demand is huge. The Transition has been outselling 95% of the other light sport aircraft in the market today, which speaks volumes to the inherent problems that it's solving in general aviation.
The Transition has a lot of potential to make life a lot less stressful and a lot more fun.
The Transition is a game changer for pilots because now you're not just thinking about your trip as going from airport to airport, but going from your home to your final destination.
After a century of talk, the world is finally ready for a flying car. Check out the Transition now and explore why we're driven to fly.